Okay, my friends, today we're going to read about the Confederacy Surrenders. By the spring of 1865, the Civil War was about to end. The Confederate Army, led by General Robert E. Lee, was trapped in Virginia. They were surrounded by Union soldiers on all sides. Lee knew the Confederacy had no choice but to surrender. He decided to go and see General Ulysses S. Grant, the leader of the Union Army. Lee and Grant met at the village of Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, on April 9, 1865. The two generals already knew each other. Years before, Lee and Grant had both fought for the United States in the Mexican War. The two men respected each other very much. Together, the generals wrote the paper that said the Confederacy was ready to surrender. Grant wanted to be as fair to the South as possible. Lee asked if his soldiers could keep their horses to help on their farms. Grant said yes. Because the Confederacy lost the war, it would have to agree to some conditions. The two leaders talked about what these things should be. Most Confederate soldiers had to give up their weapons. They also had to return home peacefully and promise to be loyal to the United States. The paper was signed and the Civil War ended. The North and South had been at war for 4 long years. Many people on both sides were tired of fighting. About 610,000 soldiers lost their lives. More Americans died in the Civil War than any other American war. Many things changed because of the Civil War. One of the most important changes was the end of slavery. People in the United States were no longer allowed to own slaves. 4 million slaves were set free. Before the Civil War, people disagreed about how much power the federal government should have. Some state leaders did not want the federal government making all of the decisions. The war settled this power struggle. The North's victory made sure the federal government would have more power than the states. This new way of thinking helped the United States government grow stronger. However, the strength of the federal government was about to be tested. Bringing the North and the South back together would be very difficult.